I feel that everybody should make their own decision about whether they take the COVID vaccine or not. I don't think it should be forced on anybody. I don't. I don't know if to take a vaccine like MMR or anything like that, Varicella, whatever it is, whatever vaccine you decide that you're going to take and you're going to give your children. See, because I don't know, because I'm not no scientist. I'm not educated in that field. I am not. I cannot lie about it. I ain't lying. I know. But my thing is, okay, let's say Tommy over here, parents don't want him to get the vaccine. But Jonathan over here following protocol and go get the vaccine because they want him at school. But see, Jonathan he can be homeschooled. And so Jonathan don't get that vaccine because they don't want to put it in his system. They don't even want it in there. Where do it come from anyway? I don't know where the measles, the mumps, or the rubella come from. The varicella. I don't know. Anyway, listen. Okay, so what if when your little child, Jonathan, go over here and get that vaccine in his arm? He's contagious now. And he can spread it. He can spread it. And it can make it even worse on your child over here because it mutated when it hit his system. After all, it is synthetic. It's not natural. It didn't come to him naturally. It came to him through a synthetic drug that little Jonathan went over here and got from the health department, from his pediatrician, from the doctor's office, wherever they say you got to go to get the vaccines at. So, and then over here, Tommy called it because they was at the playground in the park playing together. And Jonathan over here was sneezing and all of his coughing. He put his hands over here on the rails and all of that. And look, Tommy picked it up, rubbed his nose, and now he got it. And he broke all out, and it real bad on him because it's it's no longer natural. Because when all the synthetic ingredients were added in, and then you put little Jonathan DNA in it, and when it came out of his nose, it was more potent than it was before. And it made it worse on little Tommy. So, see, I don't know. So, I don't know if that's what's going on with the COVID. I don't know if all these new strands that we have is because of the vaccines. See, I'm no scientist. So I cannot argue the issue with a true legitimate scientist. Only thing I can do is ask the question. If they say no, that's not the case because of scientific stuff. I don't know that. Are you hiding evidence? I don't know what all is being disclosed. Is it contagious? If I take the vaccine, am I contagious? And if people take a vaccine the way I feel, they should be put in isolation for at least a week so they will not spread this virus that has been put inside of them. They should be put in isolation. And everyone, they should not be able to go to school. They should not be able to go around people. They should be put in isolation in their home. Okay, and their parents probably done had that MMR or that varicella, whatever it is. So their parents is covered. But you got Tommy over here who not covered now. Tommy parents ain't covered. Then they come home and Tommy parents and caught it too. Because a lot of people didn't get the chickenpox vaccine. And they get it, I don't know if they get it later in life because they didn't get the chickenpox or because they didn't get the chickenpox vaccine. I don't know. That's just where I live, okay? I live in reality because I don't motherfucking know. Don't nobody sit down and take time to tell me how many times do I get a chance to have a conversation with a real legitimate motherfucking scientist who can tell me all of this shit? Not any time. I would love to sit there and talk to Dr. Anthony Fauci because I would love to ask him all these questions because he is supposed to be an expert in this shit. Please tell me, but whatever you do not tell me a lie. You tell me the truth. I would love to sit there and ask him it's a whole lot of people I would just like to sit there and talk to when I'm in my state. Because if I ain't been smoking some weed, I don't know if I can ask him the same question because it take me to a state where I'm more relaxed. not because it's because of all the things that I have to live with in this environment. What about all the, like, let's say, okay, I got another thing for you that baffles. It baffles me, okay. Okay. You got a soft, a medium, and a hard toothbrush that you use on your teeth. Because some of these toothbrushes are known to. So why do the dentist take that little metal pick and scrub your teeth with it? Why? Why do they and scrub it so hard around your gum line that your gum line will bleed? Just scrubbing so hard right there on them teeth. And then why, after they done scrubbed on your gum line and scrubbed all back here on your teeth, trying to get all that color, all the color off your teeth? Anything that they see that's color, why do you get like your tooth start rotting away? Why do your tooth start decaying when they scrub it with that little metal pick? And I know they just trying to knock all of that brown off their tooth, but is that metal pick really damaging the tooth more than just having that brown laying on top of it? Because the tooth is still intact. Ain't nothing wrong with the root. Ain't nothing wrong with the tooth. It just got this little brown, whatever it is, from chewing tobacco, because I chew tobacco. I'm a tobacco chewer. A coffee drinker, a cigarette smoker, it'll tint the teeth. But you trying to scrape all that stuff off of there with that little metal pick and scraping it off. Does it destroy the tooth? And because I'm not a dentist, I don't even know. I just don't. I'm just, what you call that person? I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't know if it's a propaganda. I don't know if somebody got it out there just because this is what they want and this is how they want it to be. I don't know if it's all because of the dollars, the cheese, the cold cash, the neros, the monies, the pesos, all of those things, the coins, the monies. But why? And the shootings. And I should have turned, because I normally don't turn the TV on. I had the TV on because my grandchildren here. Because some of that stuff that I hear on the TV, it really it's just baffling to me. Because I'm tired of being chased like I'm a motherfucking slave. Or feeling like I'm a motherfucking slave. And then people run, they just pulling them over. Woo, woo. Walk up on you. They know it's a black man because they done already made license plate. I done been pulled over too many times for some frivolous shit. Like, I got pulled over like 3-4 times for the same shit. They said that the bulb over my license plate was blowed. The bulb over my license plate was blowed. Now, if your lights is behind me, you gonna automatically see my license plate. My tail lights help my license plate to show. I don't even know. When I went to AutoZone, I told the guy, I said, look, I need a license plate book because I've been pulled over 3 times for the same shit. And I'm tired of being pulled over because I don't know where this goddamn bulb is at. What bulb is they talking about over the license plate? Because I get behind the car and I drive in another car and I can see the license plate clearly. So I don't know. I don't even know because that's just me because you know I'm crazy. Crazy is what they call people like me. Crazy. I look crazy. I think crazy. I act crazy. I argue crazy. I don't give a fuck. Listen, this is how I see it. This is just me. And then I sit over here and I be like, okay, why did you just pull me over? I remember one time it was late at night. I got pulled over. I had just passed the officer who had somebody pulled over, so I broke my speed automatically. I slowed way down because it was probably about 12:31 in the morning. I was just coming from doing some things, having some fun and whatever. I had not been drinking. Good thing I had not been drinking, okay? But during that time, I was not as lush as I am today. I drink more just to deal with. I can't lie about it. Okay, I understand why people are people have substance in their life. They have substance in their life to help calm them down so they can deal with all the bullshit that they got to go through in life. And so here I am, and then I'm even using my brakes. Because I'm afraid. Okay, I see the police out here. I just don't want to be pulled over because it happens so much. And I see it so much in the communities where I live. You out late at night, they're going to pull you over automatically and pull me and say I was speeding. They said that I'm going to say he might have said I was doing a couple of odometers over. I don't even remember what it was, but I knew I wasn't speeding anyway. Anyhow, I hadn't caused no accidents or nothing. He said he walked up on the car. He said, "You want to know why I pulled you over, ma'am?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Because you was speeding. You want to see the odometer or whatever?" He said, I said, "No, sir. I take your word for it. Because it's late at night and I'm out here by myself." And he just sounded all crazy to me because I'm scared already because it's late at night and I'm out here by myself. And I ain't by no houses and none of that stuff. Because as soon as they throw the lights over, a lot of times I go right ahead on the pull over. Because I don't want to think I'm trying to run away from them. Because I ain't trying to run away from a motherfucking thing. But I don't know what their agenda is all the same. Anyway. You know why I pull you over, man? Because you was speeding. I said, "Okay, sure. I'll take your word for it." Then he said, "Let me see your license and your registration." I gave him that. He walked back. He said, "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to step out of the car because I smell alcohol." I ain't been drinking nothing. I got scared. I got worried. I did. But I tried hard not to let it show. I was scared. I'm like, okay, I know I ain't been drinking nothing. I knew I hadn't been drinking nothing. I knew I had not been drinking a thing. So I went to the back of the car. I complied. I was in complete compliance. I did the breathalyzer twice. I did it twice. Did nothing show up. He said, "Okay, ma'am, it must be your perfume that I'm smelling." I said, "Okay, thank you." I waited on him to tell me what I could do. Because at this point, I am really like, okay, I'm worried. Because I knew I had not been drinking. I don't know what he was smelling. I don't know if my perfume turned him. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know. And so he said, "Okay, ma'am, you can go." I got in my car and I drove home. It was all I could do to get home safely. In my mind, please. I got children. I got 5 children. I'm just trying to get home. I'm trying to get home. My children were with their dad. I was by myself at that time. But I had this, and I don't know. I don't know if it was because of an incident I had at the prison cell. I mean, I don't know. I remember this one time my brother was locked up in Jackson Diagnostic, and I went to go visit my brother. I'm not going to say this was the same time. Was it the same time I was going to Atlanta? I don't even know. Okay, so I'm headed to Atlanta, but I stopped by on the way to visit my brother. And so I go through all of the security, everything, and I go back up in there and I'm waiting on my brother. I had a van because I like a van. I do. I ain't got to have children. I just like a van, but I had a van at that time. And my brother never showed up. And so I'm sitting here, I'm waiting on him, and then finally somebody told me your brother's not coming. You're gonna have. So when I get ready to go outside, I go outside, and it's like 4 people standing by my van, and they were saying that I wasn't dressed right or whatever. And the lady told me, she said, "Next time you're gonna come visit your brother, you can't wear no shirts that." I had on a white shirt and a blue jean skirt that came down below my knees. My shirt came off just a little bit like this. I didn't show nothing. I was covered all the way up, and I had on a pair of white shoes, a pair of white clogs. And I didn't know that I had a specific dress code that I had to follow, because all I had on was a blue jean. I still got the blue jean skirt right now. It come down below my knees. Now, I ain't got that shirt no more, but the shirt it was a white shirt. It came down about like probably right this. That's it. All of this was covered up. I had on a bra, all of that stuff. And they sitting out here waiting at my van for me. I'm like, what y'all doing at my van? I'm like, what's going on? When I walked, I said, what's going on? And here she was, this little bitch. It ain't going, but it's just a little bitch here who wanted to say, okay, ma'am, your dress code. I said, what was wrong with what I got? I said, what's wrong with what I got on? What wrong with what I got? I'm looking around, and the first thing I did was got my phone. I called 911. Boom. I said, listen, I'm at Jackson Prison. I said, and I got all of these police officers out here around my car, and I don't know what's going on. I need to know what's going on. Well, you can't come back to visit. Why? I said, what I do wrong? Well, first thing, your van ain't secure. I said, you a damn lie. I said, my van door was locked when I came in here. All my door was locked. But I had a window that did not close all the way up. My window had, because from the door slamming hard, my window had slid down a little bit, but it was still locked. They had pried my window open and went in my van. I had 5 beers in there in a pack, Miller High Light. Now I drank a beer before I came, but I had the beer in there. The beer was for where I was going. But guess what? When I got back home, the beer was still there because I didn't drink nothing. I ain't drinking. Well, we can't have your van out. It's not secure. Blah blah blah. I don't know. They went all through my van, and I didn't even know it. I ain't even know it. They had me sitting in there waiting on them to come out. Well, I ain't under the influence. Then gonna tell me my dress was inappropriate. I called 911, and somebody else came out. When we had, because these were all of the people who worked at the jailhouse that were out there. When the police came out, he said, okay, ma'am, you can go. Now, I don't know if that's why I was pulled over. I don't know. But I don't trust it because they all hide behind that shield and they watch out for one another. But I know I had not been drinking, and I know I didn't do nothing wrong when I went to that jailhouse. I just went through, hey, how y'all doing? Good evening, how y'all doing? Blah, blah, blah. That's it. All the times that my brother was locked up, my brother been in jail quite a few times, but he was locked up all the way down here and this other. I ain't never had no problem like that. Went straight through. Skirt, blue jeans skirt, tennis shoes, clogs on. I have never experienced that anywhere else but over there at Jackson Diagnostics. So I don't know. Because when stuff like that, I call it abnormal. When abnormal stuff happened to me, I questioned myself. And I sat back, I said, okay, so what did I do wrong? What's wrong with what I got on? I looked at myself. I wear long clothes. I try not to show nothing that's revealing because I don't want nobody to say that what I had on is the reason they mistreated me. So what if you got your face covered up, got your head covered up, got your whole body covered up, and that still ain't fucking enough? You can black yourself out, white yourself out, write yourself out, and people still are gonna find something wrong with what you did. And they gonna use that's in it because they waiting on one thing, just one thing they can use against you. Just one thing. One in it. And it ain't abnormal. It ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't really nothing wrong with it. I don't believe in censor. I believe a motherfucker should be allowed to say whatever the fuck they want to. I don't care. If you don't want to hear it, don't fucking listen. That's how I feel. That's just me. I don't care if you running around the motherfucking neighborhood buck naked. I ain't got to fucking look. I can close my door and go on in there and mind my own business. Run naked. Just don't fuck with nobody. Go on about your business. Run naked. I don't give a fuck. Just don't fuck with me and nobody else. And you free.